So, hi everyone. In this video, we are going to see about Linux. So, Linux is an operating system which is available for free of cost. So, it is called as an open source operating system. So, it is developed by a group of developers which were continuously contributing to it. So, it was an open source operating system, but it was not the first one. So before that, they came up with Unix. So that's the first open source operating system, which was released in 1970 in Bell Labs. So the reason behind the invention of Linux is that Unix was unable for like using in various systems. It was not available for all system, and it was unable to compare like use for compact operations. So that's the reason they came up with Linux. So Linux is used for multitasking and all those operations, and it's mostly like it's free of cost, and it is mostly used for security reasons. It's more totally secure, and so that's the reason why they are preferring Linux. Mostly the experts, so cybersecurity experts mostly rely on Linux for all those operations. So that's a major advantage of Linux, and it can be used for various operations including computer hardware ranging from mobile phones and all those mainframes, and even that is used for supercomputers. And moving to the comparison, so I've been talking about Linux. It's totally free and all like Windows, and it's and when we are about to use it, we need to learn some prerequisites. Not like Windows, we need it requires some steps to install and use it. So we need to undergo some steps and tutorials to use it. But Windows is not like that. Windows, but if you want to use Windows, we can just install it and you can use. So it's very easy to use. But in the case of Linux, we need to learn something before using it. And updates, when talking about updates, Linux don't need updates. It can run for several years without updates, but Windows require regular updates to prevent it from crashing. And mostly it's used Linux is used for multitasking and all those things. So this is the main point. So while using Linux, our performance will be increased. So that's the reason we are using Linux, and it's usually used for multitasking. So if we are using Windows, our performance mostly rely on the resources we use. That's the kind of computers and the amount of RAM we have in your computer. So not like that. While we are using Linux, it solely depends on our operating system than our resources. Even a simple computer can give a much better performance if it has Linux in it. So, and it's very secure and open to public. So that's the main advantage of Linux. So below listed were the distributors of Linux. So these were like the multiple versions, or even we can call it as flavors. So Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, SUSE, Debian, Ubuntu. So other than that, we have Kali Linux. That's mostly used for ethical hacking and all those stuffs. And the recent and most efficient version of Linux was Pop OS. So that's the recent version of Linux, which is much more efficient than the previous ones, and it's still not open like widely used. It's about to get widely used. So and below the last thing, like the Linux users. So these were the major organization which used functionality of Linux. So for its better performance and secureness. So even including the U.S. government, NASA, healthcare, and all those financial institutes, even world e-commerce centers. So all these companies use Linux only for its performance and its security. So Windows is like something easy to crack, but not like that. Linux is not an easier option to crack. So that's the reason people mostly experts choose Linux over Windows. So these were the major advantages of Linux. So thank you.